And what you hopefully will remember is this conditional to. Conditional to, which often is used to mean and if you're talking about a list of exclusive objects, but it's also meaning, for example, if you turn left, then there is a church. So here's an if-then statement there. It's a conditional form. There is a church. And this isn't saying if you want to go to the party, then please wear a dress. This isn't that kind of conditional. It's based upon real fact that if you do this, then this will absolutely happen. Not something to do with if you're going to the party, then can I go with you? This kind of request or prohibition. So the way we would translate this is hidari ni magaru to, and then kyokai ga arimasu. So quite often you'll see where we're using this to conditional is that this will be arimasu or des. Arimasu or des. It will be a complete fact. Okay. Now, we're going to do giving directions for the first half of this, first maybe 30 minutes of this lesson. So the way that we do this, there's a few bits of grammar that I want to just run by you. Just a second. If you're in a car and you want to say, please turn left at the next corner, then it's slightly different in Japanese. So what we would say is tsugi no kado, that means next corner, tsugi, next, kado, corner. And then this is marked with an o, to bend around the corner. O magatte kudasai. Okay, so it's not, if you said de or ni, you would be understood, but hidari ni. So the place where you're going to turn is marked with o. The direction you're going to turn left or right will be ni. Okay, so far, guys. There's a little bit more vocabulary I'm going to introduce you to. You may know that almost all Japanese cities and towns are built on a grid basis, a bit like in America. And this means that there's usually, if there is a crossing, then this will be at a junction, at a crossroads. The word for a crossroads or intersection is called kosaten. And if you want to know the word for pedestrian crossing, then this will often be just kosaten again, or you can use crossing like this. Any questions, guys?
What was traffic light again?
Ah, yeah, good.
With red fire or?
Yes, yeah. So if it's the full word is kotsu shingo. Kotsu meaning traffic. Sorry, kotsu means traffic, and shingo means signal. Koutsu shingo. But if you just use the word shingo, this is completely understood.
And it's shingo, I think.
Sorry, thank you. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Shingo. Yeah. Okay to carry on, guys? If you need to stop me to write notes, guys, just say "chottomatte kudasai." Right. There's a couple more bits of grammar to go over, which are here. So we've got the verb to turn. So to rotate on the spot, this is mawasu. But if you're moving forwards, like in a car, and you turn, you actually bend. So the verb is magaru, magaru. And there's a couple more bits here. Massugu or masugu, doesn't matter which one you use. This means straight. So go straight would be massugu itte kudasai. We've done the next corner, tsugi no kado. And then this last word here, this is actually a compound verb. Tsuku, to reach, and ataru, to touch. So if you're coming this way up at T-junction, then this is called a tsuki atari. Tsuki atari, T-junction.
How would you say the end of the street?
End of the street. Tsuki atari. Sorry, doro no owari. Doro no owari. There might actually be a kind of word meaning cul-de-sac, if that's what you mean, Tom.
In Flemish, I would say the end of the straateind, the end of the street.
Right.
It's really a word I can use. Don't know, the ending of the street.
In English, doro no owari desu ne. Okay, everybody good to go? So as a little exercise, I'm going to give some instructions in Japanese. I'm going to give directions from this location, just put on my red pointy, from here, from this red arrow, and then I'm going to ask you where I am at the end of the instructions. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Mazu, massugu itte, tsugi no kosaten de hidari ni magatte, そして次の交差点で右に曲がって、まっすぐ行って、次の交差点でまっすぐ行って、そして次のごめんなさい、次の角を左に曲がってください。そして右側に何がありますか？
カメラショップですか？
はい、そうです。カメラ屋です。はい。当たりです。Okay, Joel, you can do the same thing now and see where we end up.
まず、まっすぐ行ってください。次の角を右に曲がってください。次の角を左に曲がってください。次の 交差点をまっすぐ行ってください。次のカードを左に曲がってください。右は何がありますか？
Okay, who knows the answer? No one?
ショッピングセンターです。
はい。
Yes, well done, good. Łukasz, proszę dozo.
What means masugu, what you said at the beginning?
Straight, go straight.
No, you say mazu, mazu.
Mazu, this means first.
Ah.
First.
はい。まず、まっすぐ行ってください。次のカード、左に、曲がってください。
Actually, you don't have to say kudasai after every TEFL. You can just say.
Why I'm polite.
Yeah, you sound like Google Translate.
So then I say 曲がって. Just
曲がって。
曲がって。
はい。So,
Then when I say next, should I say そして or next?
Next, you can use そして yeah.
Or?
Just そして.
そして、次のカード左に、曲がって、交差点を、クロッシングを、
はい。
右に、曲がって。
Just like the film The Blues Brothers, I feel like I'm now driving my car through a shop.
Should I drive or should I walk?
Well, at the moment I'm driving, but.
Sorry. I thought I walk.
Okay. That's why we turned right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So in front of me would be 前には何ですか？
前に or 前には何がありますか？
何がありますか？前には何がありますか？
はい、good.
The bookshop.
そうですか？
はい。
本屋さんですか？ Yes, good. Excellent.
Bookshop. Why is bookshop not Japanese bookshop?
So?
I would say hon shop.
Oh, 本屋さん. 本屋さん. So anything that is selling a particular thing, you put the word ya after it, that makes it a shop, and then san kind of honorifics it. 本屋さん. Yeah.
本屋さん bookshop. Thank you.
Okay. Tom, go ahead.
まず、まっすぐに行ってください。次のカードを左に曲がって、次の交差点、右に曲がって、道路の終わりです。右に何ですか？
Okay. 道路の終わりで Did you say?
Yes.
道路の終わりで。Sorry. 道路の終わりに何がありますか？
終わりに何がありますか？
はい。右側ですね。
右。はい。
Anybody?
Clothes
Aka-
shop.
赤い車
Ah, there is an Akai Kuruma, yes. But yes, on the right, I heard somebody say clothes shop, I think.
Yes, yes, it was Clemens was right.
Clothes shop, excellent.
I had to use the end of road, I asked too.
Good, good, good. You're good.
As in real, art is imitating real life here, because my wife is making so much bloody noise I couldn't hear the directions. I thought we were at the hospital.
I said Doro no Owari.
Doro, not
Doro
Owari.
no
Okay.
Owari. So.
Good, good, good. Okay. Martin, you're next.
ちょっと待って、先生。ちょっと待って。
Dozo.
Can I say for clothes? Can I say fuku?
Yeah.
I found this. So this would be fukuya-san.
Exactly, yeah. Fukuya.
Fukuya.
sorry.
Thank you.
Martin, go ahead.
好きの角を右曲がってください。
はい
と、左を曲がって、に曲がって、
左に向かって。
左に曲がって、と好きの角を左ください。
はい。左に行ってください。
いてください。Thank you. 何はどこですか？
はい。どうぞ。誰か。
公園
公園です。
公園ですか Martin さん
In the park?
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Excellent. Good. Aga, どうぞ。
まずはまっすぐ行ってください。次の角を右に曲がって、次の角を左に曲がって、交差点をまっすぐ行ってください。次の角を左に曲がってください。次の角をまっすぐ行って、次の角を右に曲がってください。右には何ありますか？
Okay. Anybody?
Fukuya-san ですか
Shop again.
It should be clothes?
Yeah. Fukuya-san. Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, same place. Good. Okay, and Kim?
Do I have to? Because it's difficult. Okay. まずく言ってください。And is this the exercise that I can use to also between the instructions?
No, you can only use
No.
to. If you want to say, for example, if you look on the right, then there is a post office, then you'd say, Migi ni miru to yubin kyoku ga arimasu. So you can use it for references along the way. Or at the end, you can say, Migi gawa ni miru to nani ga arimasu ka? You can do this. But to separate the instructions, just use tefon.
Okay. Okay, let's start again.
Okay.
まずく言って
sorry, I just want to clarify something. There's two words here which sound very similar, but they're not the same. Mazu with a Z, this means first, and then masugu or masugu, this means straightforwards. So you can use both of these in the same sentence, but they mean something different.
So mazugu first.
Mazu, just mazu.
Mazu,
Mhm.
mazu, masugu ite kudasai. 次の角を、右に、曲がって、
Yep, exactly.
曲がっ
Magatte.
て、
Uh-huh.
次の角を左に曲がって、
Right. Is it a clothes shop where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 次の角を、左に、曲がって、
Mhm.
and then
そして、and then is
そして、右、did we turn? No. 右に、何
右に、
が
yeah, go
あり
ahead.
ますか？
はい、皆さんどうぞ。
映画館です。
映画館あります。
はい。
映画館ですね。Yes,
はい。
good, good,
は
good,
い。
good. Okay, cool, good. Right, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to make it a little bit more complex this time. See where we get to.
Excuse me, one question. If
Sure.
I went straight in the park and I want to say that I have to follow the road that makes it turn left or right, how do you say that?
You mean if you're here?
Yes, if you're there and then, okay, there you can say take right or left, but
Yeah.
then the street makes a corner.
Oh, okay. So you could perhaps just use this is still a corner, so you could still say tsugi no kado o hidari ni magatte, but you can say flow to the left. So for example, hidari ni nagarete. But if you use magaru, this is also fine. Hidari ni magatte. This is still a corner. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, ready, guys?
Don't make it more difficult. Just say that's a corner. Okay.
Yeah, just treat it as a corner. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes you say you just follow the road and the road makes a lot of.
Yeah, so nagareru is fine. Nagareru, nagaremasu. Yeah. Or iku. Iku, go left, go right. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
All right, so we're starting here. はい、まずまっすぐ行って次の交差点でまっすぐ行って突き当たりに着いたら左に曲がってください。そして右に流れてまっすぐ行って右に流れて次の角を左に曲がってそして突き当たりで右に曲がってください。次の交差点で右に曲がってまっすぐ行ってマーケットストリートの交差点でまっすぐ行ってください。そして次の交差点を左に曲がると右に何がありますか？
You've gone all the way around to the school?
I had school and Aga, what did you say? Somebody said something. You're muted.
Sports center.
Sports center. Yeah, yes, exactly. The sports center. Good. Yep, it was me. So I was down here somewhere, and I think I said hidari. No, sorry, I was here, wasn't I?
Here, yes.
Nigi ni nani ga arimasu ka? So yeah, sports center. Cool. Good. Okay. Not too difficult. Something just to use in practice. Bukash, dozo.
So you went around but you could just go right.
This is no entry. There was a terrorist attack going on here, so I had to go around. Yeah. This happens frequently in Japan.
True.
Or maybe I was the terrorist and there was a checkpoint here, a roadblock with the army there, so I couldn't.
No Czech, japoński.
Ah, sorry, japoński, tak. Right, any questions, guys? Okay, so if you get into a taxi in Japan and get horribly lost, it's not my fault. I gave you all the instructions I could. Right, let's move on to today's kind of new lesson, but kind of not new lesson. Right. So we're going to look a little bit briefly back on yoni, because we use it so much in Japanese. We should become kind of experts in how to use it. Now, what you might remember before is that yoni can be used a little bit like tamini for the purpose of doing something. But tamini only works for things where there is a direct relationship between the purpose and the action, where you have complete control, if it's in the affirmative, and if it's you doing something for you. For all other cases, we would use yoni and not tamini. The basic meaning of yoni, you can think of it as in order that, or to be able to, with a less of a direct impact between the purpose and the action. And it's very useful for giving advice, doing requests or commands for future circumstances as well, rather than something immediate. For example, I have to use a kind of situation. If you say, be careful of that car, and be careful when crossing the road because of cars. Now, these will kind of sound similar, but they've got two different meanings. Be careful of that car means right now. But be careful when crossing the road because of cars. You could say this to somebody before they left the house. So this is like a forward-looking precaution. So both seem to say, be careful, but this one's immediate, this one is for the future. And if you use these at opposite times in Japanese, it's confusing. So if somebody was just about to leave the house and I said, kuruma ni ki o tsukete kudasai, they might look round and say, why, where's the car? We're still inside the kitchen. So using ki o tsukete kudasai doesn't necessarily work in that situation. But let's do an example construction. Please make sure that you wear a coat in the winter so you don't catch a cold. So, for example, now, how can we do this? Let's do this as tamini first. So, fuyu ni kaze. Oh, we can't because it's a negative. You can't use hikanai tamini because you can't put a negative next to tamini. So we'd have to use this. Kaze o hikanai yoni. So you can see this means to not catch a cold. Fuyu ni koto o kite kudasai. Kaze o hikanai yoni, fuyu ni koto o kite kudasai. So this especially has a feeling of something that's going to happen in the future rather than something that's happening right now. Okay, so far, guys. And as always, the same with tamini and yoni. We put the purpose first. So here is kaze o hikanai yoni. And then the action comes after yoni. We'll come back to that later. Right, let's do some examples now, just to kind of get our minds working again.
Is that kaze as in kamikaze and tachikaze?
So it's the same pronunciation, but the kanji is different. I'll show you in just a second. Okay.
Good, because otherwise it would be you'll get wind.
Yeah, exactly. Don't catch a wind. So kaze from kamikaze and tachikaze is this one, which is wind. And then the one for cold, or influenza, is this one, with still the same kaze at the beginning, but then this little extra character here to make it clear that you're talking about the infection rather than the wind.
Okay.
Sorry, In that case, that second character has no reading at all.
No, it just provides meaning.
Okay.
Doesn't, yeah.
I
but-
had no idea that you could have just a kanji without a reading.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a compound. Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's another one I remember. I don't remember actually. I remember there is another one very similar to this where you put another kanji afterwards and it doesn't change the reading at all, but it changes the meaning. Can't remember what it was there. Anyway, how many of you was there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got an extra one. So let's do this first one as an example. So that you don't oversleep. So oversleep is nebo. Give me a second, just turn that. Nebo o shinai yoni mezamashi o sette shite kudasai. So nebo means oversleeping, so that you don't oversleep. Mezamashi is alarm clock. Or sette means to set. Sette shite kudasai. Okay, Joel, be careful when you are riding your bicycle that you don't have an accident.
事故がないように。
事故がないように。
自転車を What was to ride? 乗る
乗る good.
乗る
Yeah.
乗る 乗っているとき
Good. 乗っているとき。
時間がないように自転車を乗っているときお気をつけてください。
気をつけてください。Actually, 乗っている would be fine, and 乗る would also be fine, really, in this case. Yeah. Good. Ukash, in order to not get diabetic, don't eat too many sweets.
Is diabetic something like diabetic?
No, it's hang on. I think it's 糖尿病. 糖尿病.
糖尿病?
糖尿病.
Yeah, I knew it.
糖尿病.
糖尿病に、なりません。なりません
Yeah, but in plain form.
ならない
ならない good.
ならないように
Yep.
Sweets?
Is ame.
Ame?
Ame. It's sounds like rain, doesn't it? But ame
Yeah.
goes up. Actually, of course, rain goes up. Of course, rain doesn't go up, it comes down. It's ame for rain, and for candy, ame, it declines.
Ame.
Good.
Too many. So,
Yeah.
So ame tabe, ame o tabe, don't eat tabe nai?
Tabenai is okay, but this means don't eat any sweets. But how would you say don't overeat sweets?
Tabe suganai?
Good. Tabe suginai.
Suginai.
I'm lost.
Sugiru. So sugiru means to do something to excess. So do you remember we did compound verbs
Yes.
a little while ago? So sugiru is one of those really versatile compound verbs. It's the second of the pair, which you can attach to anything to do too much of. For example,
Drinking beer.
right. So biru o tabe sugimasu.
Not me. maybe.
Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Nomi
Nomisugimasu.
nomisugimasu. Yeah.
Hai. Tabesuginai.
Yes. Good. Tabesuginai.
And that's it. So this too many is in this suginai, right?
It is. But at the moment, this says, in order to not get diabetic, I won't eat too many sweets. How do I turn this into a command or a request?
Well, just kudasai.
Yeah, but we have to do something with tabesuginai, don't we? Just a second.
What do you mean?
Okay, so how do you say please eat?
Tabete kudasai.
Tabete kudasai. So the thing to be careful of is when we're giving requests is that this verb is always in the te form.
Yes.
The magical te form. Then how do you say please don't eat? Don't eat.
Isn't this tabenai? No.
No, it is tabenai, but we have to make the te form again by saying tabenai de kudasai. Tabenai de. So both this is basically the te form but softened into de.
De kudasai.
Yeah. So
So
tabesuginai de
kudasai.
kudasai. Yes, good. Okay. Okay, Tom. Hi, dozo.
I have a question regarding suginai and the use of sugiru. If we are using it as a compound, so we can just add it to the mass form instead of mass. What if we are using like a suru verb, like benkyo suru? Can we just use benkyo sugiru to mean to study too much?
Ah, right. Benkyo sugiru, benkyo shisugiru. Ryori sugiru. It's better to combine it with suru to make it shisugiru.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because benkyo and benkyo, ryori, unten. These are basically nouns, really. You're turning them into a verb by adding suru to them. So to say don't study too much, then you basically got to turn it into a verb first. So benkyo shisuginai yoni. Yeah. Tom, in order to avoid COVID, make sure you wear a mask when you leave the house.
COVID ni naranai.
COVID ni naranai.
Yoni.
We'll come back to this in a second. This is fine for the moment though. Yoni.
Uchi ni deru.
Uchi ni deru.
Toki.
Good.
Mask o shina. So the verb will be tsukeru, to apply.
Good.
Tsuke nakereba narimasen.
Okay, so this means you must, but this is actually saying please make sure. So it's actually a request, isn't it, or a command?
And then tsukete.
Good.
Kudasai.
Good. Excellent. How would you say? See, it's got make sure here. How do you make this? How do you transmit this into a Japanese, into a sentence? Do you remember? There's an adverb.
It's better.
One more time.
Do you want to say it's better to do?
No, there's one word which means make sure, ensure. Anybody?
Kanarazu?
Kanarazu, well done, yes. Yeah. So where would you put it in the sentence, Tom?
I would say the hashtags.
No, it's not there.
Then after the toki.
Very good, yeah. Kanarazu.
Can
Excellent.
we talk about that naranai?
Yeah. So
I don't think it's don't become COVID.
yeah, quite. So there's actually some different words we can use. So to catch a disease, the one of the words is utsuru. Utsuru. Or if you want to say to avoid, then you can use yokeru.
Kusegu?
One more time, Martin.
Fusegu.
Fusegu.
Yeah,
Is that also
Jisho says that's to defend against or protect against.
Ah.
Or you've got to avoid is sakeru.
sakeru? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was avoid again? The other one you said?
Fusegu.
Fusegu. Okay, thank you. Fusegu. Usually, utsuru in the negative is used to mean don't catch something. Okay, so Tom, can you do this again using utsuru?
COVID ni.
But this is doing something with COVID, so it's
The COVID. Oh.
Yes, good.
And then we have to put utsuru in the plain past, so utsuranai.
Utsuranai, plain negative, yeah.
Plain negative, yeah. So utsuranai. And then I'm wondering why you have the hashtags.
Oh, that was because I didn't like naranai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yoni uchi ni deru toki kanarazu mask o tsukete kudasai.
Very good. Excellent. Good. Cool. Martin, be careful to not cut your hand when you do noto with your new shinken.
Atarashi Shinken.
Shinken.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to hashtag that for a second. Well, we can come back to that particle, Martin. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm struggling where to go next in terms of the sentence construction.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Cut your hand or do noto next?
Well, actually, this is the advice that you're going to give at the end, isn't it? This is how we finish the sentence. Be careful to not cut your hand. So this is going to be some extra information that we can put now.
Skete.
We're going to do noto first. When you do noto.
Yeah. To do. Is it something as obvious as yes?
Not des, but what's the verb to do?
This is really embarrassing.
That's good. It's the fits all verb, which we can apply to almost anything.
Imas?
Suru.
Suru.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Suru. Yoni.
So this is a time reference, though, when you do noto. So do you remember how to mark this as a time reference?
Is it tai?
No, it's actually up here, though. We've already done it.
Of course. Not Suru Toki ni.
Yeah.
With your use Shinken when you do noto.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Be careful to not cut your hand. Yeah.
Te no kiranai.
Good. Te o kiranai.
Kiranai.
Yeah.
And skete kudasai.
So nearly, but it's this part here that that's basically, oops, sorry. This is your purpose, te o kiranai. So this will go before the yoni, te o kiranai yoni, and then the action you take to serve that purpose is?
To be careful, so skete kudasai.
Well, not just skete kudasai, but how do you say be careful, take care?
I cannot remember.
Who can help?
Yes,
good. Ki o.
Kioskete. Oh, that's
kudasai. Yeah. Kudasai. Yeah, good. Atarashi. Yeah, so difficult, isn't it? Because with your new, it's not saying when you use your new Shinken. Is that Nina? I can see. Cheers, Nina. So in this case, I would just say with or by means of. So Tom, what do you think?
Yeah.
Or Martin? De, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Atarashi Shinken de noto suru toki te o kiranai you ni kiosukete kudasai. Good. And aga. so that you arrive early for the interview, you should leave before 7 a.m.
How is interview?
Mensetsu. Mensetsu.
Mensetsu o? Hayaku tsuku you ni?
Good. Tsuku you ni.
7時前に
7時の前に I think.
はい。前に。How to say that someone should do something?
It's like saying it would be best if you left before 7 a.m. It would be better.
出かける方がいいです。
Good. 出かける方がいいです。Excellent. What I would say though is this is tsuku, to reach. So this is basically a moving verb. So maybe not mensetsu or, but mensetsu ni. Yeah, exactly. Mensetsu ni hayaku tsuku you ni 7時の前に出かける方がいいです。This can be 出かける or what else could it be? Still using 出かけ. Ta. 方がいいです. So the usual way we do this to give advice is to put the verb into the plain past form. You don't have to. This still makes sense if you use 出かける in the plain form, but it's normal that people put this in the plain past form, meaning it would be best if you had left early. So it sounds like it's happening in the past, but this is actually referring to a future event. Very good, very good. 早く着くように。早く着くように。In this, so hayai, if you remember, it means both quickly and early. But if we're turning it into an adverb, there was a certain difference between these two, wasn't there? Do you remember? Okay, does anybody remember?
早めに。
Hayameni, very good, yes. Hayameni. So let's just quickly look at this a second. Let's create another little box over here. So hayai and osoi. So hayai means both fast and early. Osoi means both slow and late. But hayaku, this means quickly. Hayame ni, oops, hayame ni, this means earlier. Early in the adverb form. And then a similar thing happens with the soy. Osoku means, this doesn't make sense in English. It will be lately, would be the literal translation, but this doesn't actually work in English. So it would be late as an adverb. But to be slow, how do we say this? Tom?
ゆっくり。
Yukkuri, yes, good. Yukkuri. Excellent. Okay, cool. And then Kim, you're the last one. Please cut lightly so that you don't injure your wrists.
手首を痛めない
痛めない
ように、
いや、
外に kitte kudasai.
Soto.
Soto.
You've been. I
I
can see. Yeah, I can see you've been doing homework. I'm very impressed. How do you spell this? Is it S-O-T-O-U?
S-O, another O, double T-O.
Soto.
Soto.
Softly, gently, quietly. Oh, okay. Softly, gently. Ah, okay.
I saw the example of putting down a baby gently,
yeah,
softly.
Yeah. So I mean, this would be completely understood if you use soto, but it really means to do something without having an effect on the other thing. So it's like you said, to lay down a baby without it waking up, or to put something down.
My wrist.
You can't cut that softly, surely. You have to have an effect on something to cut the enemy without them noticing.
Slow motion. No.
So I would recommend using karui is another way of saying light.
I couldn't find that one. Ah, yes. Karu.
Yeah.
Garu.
Karu.
Yeah.
You'll make this up.
No, it's here.
Well, you can just you can just turn karui into an adverb, can't you? Come back, Kim. Come back.
Yes.
Come back. Okay, I'm telling you, there's an adjective, karui, meaning light.
Karui.
How do we turn this into an adverb?
Karuku.
Very good. Karuku.
Kite kudasai.
Very good. Excellent.
I also have the last one.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought I was last, so I prepared the last sentence, but
Excellent.
you copied one extra.
There's no stopping your enthusiasm.
I'm gonna try, yeah?
Kenko
yoni osake o nomi.
Did you say kenko no yoni or kenko yoni?
Kenko yoni.
Okay, so kenko is a noun. So between kenko and yoni, we need no.
No.
Kenko no
yoni. Osake o.
Yeah.
Nomi suginai de kudasai.
Nomi suginai de kudasai. This is perfect. But it's also wrong. This was a trap. This was a little trick one. So if we use no yoni and then something here, so there'd be maybe some sort of verb. If we stick a noun in this place here, instead of doing something for the purpose, it changes the meaning. So if you look at all of these that we've done so far, these have, hang on a second. You can see that these are all verbs before the yoni. So nebo shinai yoni, jiko ga nai yoni, tonyobo ni naranai yoni. But if we're going to put a noun here, what this does, and we're going to come onto this, is it changes the meaning of yoni, this kind of color of yoni, to mean in the fashion of or like the noun.
So I say, like being healthy, you don't drink too much alcohol.
Yeah, it's not saying for the benefit of, it's just saying in the appearance or in the likeness of healthiness, don't overdrink. Now, this would be kind of understood. It kind of makes some sense, but actually, Kim, what do you think would be the right thing to do here instead then?
Tameni.
Tameni, yeah, exactly. So kenko no tameni, yeah, for the benefit of tameni, osake o
nomi suginai
yoni.
Kudasai.
Yes, good, yeah. Good.
Tricksy little hobbits.
Yes, I know. you're almost certainly aware that you can make some stupid English sentences by kind of overlinking things. For the sake of a nail, the shoe was lost. For the sake of the shoe, the horse was lost. For the sake of the horse, the knight was lost. For the sake of the knight, the battle was lost. For the sake of the battle, the kingdom was lost. This is a kind of English kind of thingy, lost. So basically means basically means because of a nail, the kingdom was lost. You could do something similar in Japanese, really, something stupid like this. Kenko no tame ni osake o nobi suginai you ni kiyotsukete kudasai. Please be careful to not drink for the purpose of your health. What I'm trying to really describe is that this yoni is used a lot in Japanese, and it means different things, just like the word like in English. Like it means I like beer, and beer is like water if you buy it from Australia. And like, you know, we like always put like inside these sentences, like, and it's like not that good, because I don't really like it when you like use like too much. It's like you're being stupid. So we also have the same thing in English of you overusing like, and it all means all these different things. Yoni is so similar, both in meaning and by the fact that it can change its meaning really easily. So we will keep coming back to yoni, and there's lots of videos actually on different uses of yoni, which are worth watching. Let's go on to the next exercise to help understand a bit more. So we can leave a sentence open and hanging if the context is obvious. For example, you might see this sign in Japan, which means don't drop integrated circuits in the park, because you might tread on them. But instead of saying don't drop litter, it might just say something like this. Can anybody read this? This is otagai, like otagai ni rei, o kangaeru yoni, otagai o kangaeru yoni. So what does this mean?
Think of each
Think
other.
of the others.
Good. Yes, exactly. Think of each other. Think of others. Otagai o kangaeru yoni. Be considerate to each other. So it's not saying be considerate to others by not dropping litter. It's just saying otagai o kangaeru yoni, and then the rest of it is left unspoken. What it's actually saying is this yoni is saying be like somebody who is considerate to others. Be like somebody who is considerate to others. Take the form of being considerate to others. This is what this yoni kind of means, to mean like. So the implied full sentence is often thought of as action, yoni, do it. So you might put after here, after this yoni, you could put just shite kudasai. Please do it. Please do whatever you're doing, like caring for others, like being considerate for others. So action or purpose here, yoni, do it. For example, otagai o kangaeru ni shite kudasai. Yeah. Okay. Again, this is best understood by doing some more exercises. Just a second. Okay, let's play with these a little bit. It'll become a bit clearer once we've had a go at some of these. Joel, would you like to go first? Don't make any exams in the. Don't make any mistakes in the winter exams.
Fuyu no jiken.
So if we're going to make fuyu no, it would be fuyu no shiken.
No shiken. Yoni?
Sorry, one more time.
Yoni?
No.
I don't really understand how to apply that concept here.
Okay, so fuyu no shiken is just basically a time reference or a place reference.
Okay.
And then we can say machigai, which means a mistake. Shinai, yoni. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not
so act as someone who doesn't make any mistakes.
Right.
And,
exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Now, unspoken is some precautions that might be in here to help you to not make a mistake. So, for example, there could be a precaution like read the paper first, revise properly, take your time. Oops, revise properly, take your time, etc. But these are all inferred in this sentence without actually saying them. It just means do whatever you have to do to not make a mistake in the winter exams. Ukashka, in the championships, don't step outside the shiaijo.
Taikai there.
Yeah.
Shiaijo no soto. Can I use fumu?
Yep.
Fumi nai.
So if we're going to use fumu, maybe you want to use
Fumikomo.
step. Fumikomo will work, yeah. Okay. Fumi. Dozo.
Fumiko. Komu is also a so komu fumiko nai fumiko.
What's the plain negative of komu?
Kyotomate sensei, kyotomate. This is very difficult. Plain negative from mu. So I should do mas.
No.
So,
No. Let's do something else. So yomu is read. What's don't read?
yonai.
No.
Yomanai.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So komanai.
Fumikomanai.
Fumikomanai.
I was laughing at Kim holding up his printout guide to everything. Hitchhiker's Guide to Japanese.
It's not everything there. It's not everything there. So I say de kudasai.
Fumikomanai. No, we don't actually need any kudasai. We
Yoni.
Yoni, yeah. And that's it. It's kind of ... afterwards. Be careful, take precautions to not step outside the shiaijo during the taikai. Of course, again, there are some unspoken precautions. For example, look properly. Start shihogiri from the left of the start line, etc. But these are all unspoken. It just means don't step outside. Be one who does not step outside the area. Yeah. Tom, make sure you brush your teeth before going to sleep.
Neru no maini?
So this is a verb, so not neru no maini.
Neru
Neru
maini.
maini. Good, yeah.
I thought there was also to go to sleep, a verb that said to lie down. We saw with the verb.
Yeah.
But I forgot
Says
the
yoko ni naru.
yoku, which is maybe better. This.
Okay.
Yoku ni naru. To make sure kanarazu.
Yoko ni naru, but this is before becoming yoko ni naru.
Before before going to sleep is a time reference, ni? Yoku ni naru ni.
Sorry, one more time.
Yoku ni naru ni.
No, we need before naru. Just as you did before up here.
Mai ni.
Yeah.
Yoku ni naru mai ni.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Yoko was side to later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kanarazu.
So good.
Ha.
Yep.
O migaku. Yoni.
Yep, that's it. Excellent.
Isho says there's a distinct verb for brushing one's teeth, which is hamigaki.
Yeah, hamigaki suru. Yeah. So yeah, you can either say this as ha or migaku, or this becomes it actually becomes a noun meaning toothbrushing. Migaki, hamigaki. Hamigaki. But then you need suru with it to turn it into a verb. Yeah. Yeah, good. Martin, because it's a waste, when you leave the room, make sure you switch off the lights.
Oh, God. Heani.
Yeah. Actually, it's going to be not ni, it's going to be something else. But we can come back to particles if you want afterwards.
Okay. Saru.
Oh, okay. Saru is good. You can use this, or you can use saru or deru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put a yoni there.
Well, this is actually a time reference, so we need to put something here to say when this happens.
So mani would be before you leave the room, wouldn't it? So just me.
So one more time.
Mani would be before you leave the room. So
Yeah. Okay. We can use it here then, can't we? Yeah. Maini, deru maini. Yeah. I'm going to help you here on this because it's a waste. So the word for waste is muda. Muda. But I want you to, this is a noun. How do you say because it is a waste?
Don't know.
Okay, let me make it easier. Because it is Tuesday, I will go to work. How will I do this?
I'm retired. I wouldn't know.
Every day is Sunday.
I don't know that one either.
Okay, so this will be kayobi, Tuesday. There's kara. Because it is. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Shinikimasu. So because this is a waste would be muda.
Kara?
Muda desu kara. It's a noun. Yeah.
Oh yes, of course, because it's a noun. Okay. Yeah. And then to switch off is kesu.
Kesu, yep. What's a lights? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, so actually we can just use the word which sounds like denki. It sounds like electricity, but it's actually a different character. We can just use denki. Denki o. And then you said the verb.
Which I've already forgotten. Kesu?
Yep.
Kudasai?
Well, keshite kudasai would mean do it now. But remember, this is a future precaution, so it's... Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Well, it's just simply yoni. So instead of actually saying, please turn off the lights, it's just saying, when you do leave the room, make sure you turn off the lights. So we just say kesu yoni.
Okay. I'm now all over the place on this sentence because the clauses don't make sense.
Yeah, okay, so let's divide things up a little bit. Muda desu ka? This is fine. Yeah. And then if you're leaving or getting off, if you're leaving a room or a house or getting off a bus or a train, how do we mark the thing we're getting off of? Not ni, because that's a direction we're going into.
Is it A?
No, that's also a direction we're going towards.
Ah.
Who can help?
I think it's de.
No.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh,
damn it.
yeah. Hey, o deru mae ni muda desu kara denki o kesu you ni. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, guys, I just want to now try and draw the difference to what the thing that Martin just said. Keshite kudasai is a bit like saying kuruma ni kiyotsukete kudasai. Please be careful of the car. Kuruma ni kiyotsukete kudasai. But to say something which is a precaution for the future, we use this yoni instead. So kesu yoni means be sure to be one who turns off the lights. Yeah. Good. Okay. Aka. It's easy to slip over today, so don't get injured.
How is to sleep over?
So I'll get this one confused. Suberu means, I'm just trying to remember if this is the transitive or the intransitive. Suberu. It's the intransitive, so it's suberu. To suberu means to slip or slide.
Kyo.
Kyo.
Sube yasui.
Good. Suberi yasui. Yeah.
Kara.
Suberimasu. Sorry, is it a group 1 or a group 2? I didn't check. It's group 1. Yeah, so suberi yasui. Desu kara?
Injured, it was ita.
So to become injured is kega suru. Kega suru.
Kega shinai yoni.
Good. Yeah, kega shinai yoni. Again, there could be some unspoken precautions here, like kiyotsukete kudasai, tsukete kudasai, maybe put chains on your shoes, etc. Yeah. Kim, you get a bonus one, as I haven't made enough. Let's do. Please don't forget your keys when you go out this evening. Yeah, it is kon.
Kono.
It's not konoga. Konban would work. Konban would be understood, but konya is the best one to use. Yeah.
Konya when you go out today. Konya party oshimasu ka?
Party?
That's the same thing.
Party.
Going out.
No, you're going out to burn some peasants. It's different.
Konya peasant or
no. Just when you go out. Jesus. Try to make this as easy as possible for you.
Go out.
Deru is to exit, but to go out is like to leave the house. It's like deru, but it's not deru.
Dekiru.
One more time.
Dekiru?
Not dekiru. That means to be able to. Who can help? One more time, Tom.
Dekakeru.
Dekakeru. Good.
It was already almost the same.
Yes, almost the same.
Konya dekakeru toki.
Yeah. Toki.
Toki.
Mhm.
And then ki is kagi.
Yeah.
Kagi o. And don't forget, it's not like to know. Huh?
No, so to forget is wasureru. Wasureru. And this is wasureru. This is group 2. Oops.
Group 2. Wasureranai.
It's group 2, so that last root disappears.
Wasurenai.
Yep.
Yoni.
Yep. Very good. Cool. And again, you could have all kinds of precautions after this, like tie a ribbon around your neck or something. Let me just draw a difference though here. Konya dekakeru toki kagi o wasurenai de kudasai. Okay, so the difference between these two is not that big, to be honest. Both of these could be used in this situation, really. But let's just to kind of illustrate the difference between these two, why the hell we're learning this in the first place, is this. This is now. This is me trying to write with a mouse, which is quite hard. And this is deru time. This is going out time. Okay, so this is your timeline from here to here. Now, if you say wasurenai de kudasai, this is number 2. This is number 1. This means now, wasurenai de kudasai. So, you know, it means, it's like saying, don't forget your keys now, don't forget your keys. But it's not until you need to leave later on that you actually mustn't forget your keys. Yoni means from now all the way, be someone who doesn't forget their keys. It means be this not forgetting person from here all the way to the point where you need to absolutely not forget your keys. So this is the subtle difference between yoni and kudasai.
It's like if somebody's leaving and you say at that point,
here,
don't forget your keys, then you use kudasai.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is giving an instantaneous order. Don't forget your keys.
But if you are leaving and you're telling your child, when you leave the house, don't forget your keys.
Right.
Then you will be using yoni.
Yoni, exactly. It's like saying, be sure that later on you don't forget your keys. Be sure to not forget your keys rather than don't forget your keys. Yeah.
Daddy will bring them, no?
So one more time, Tom?
Daddy will bring the keys then to the daughter? It's a joke to Kim.
Oh, okay. Did you forget your keys?
In English, we have the expression, the last thing you should do is forget your keys. That is not an instruction.
Which is exactly what I did. That was the best man speech by Rowan Atkinson, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. It's the very awkward best man speech where he said, I said to my wife, before I leave the house, the last thing I should do is leave my speech at home, which is exactly what I did. Okay, does that make some sort of sense, guys? It's a slippery kind of subject, really, and I can't say that I completely understand it 100% to be able to say exactly this is the main difference between yoni and other things. But you can see it's being used in place of tamini, in place of something kudasai, an instantaneous request, and then we're going to see later on how it's used to mean do it like this. And in fact, I think we had this way back when we originally learned tamini and yoni. So Tanaka sensei no yoni chiburi shite kudasai. Do you remember this? Meaning do chiburi like Tanaka sensei. like in the style of Tanaka Sensei. So we've got another use of the word, of the phrase yoni. Anyway, I think that's enough yoni and yawning for today. Shall we instead watch some foreigners getting in trouble in Japan on video?
Oh, why not?
Yeah, we all like this, don't we? Are you working, Rakesh? Oh, okay. Yeah, that glazed look on your face, is that like
I'm sometimes getting lost on these lessons, to be honest.
well, this yawny is pretty hard, to be honest, but we have to learn it by practice, really, because it's the grammar book on yawny is probably like that thick, because it's such a versatile term. We'll come back to it though. We'll learn it by practice. Right, on to awkward foreigners. Have you guys seen the sketch of being in the factory and putting on protective clothing? Have you guys seen this already?
I have seen it Sunday. You showed it on Sunday.
Right. Okay.
I
So you don't mind watching it again, do you, Tom?
No.
Excellent. Okay.
Not Sands of Iwo Jima then.
What was the other one? Gung Ho. Here we go. Can you see this, guys? I can't.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。はい。工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。はい。
あ、すみません。あれは何と読むんですか？
立ち入り禁止です。ここに入るなという意味ですよ。
工場の中には規則がたくさんありますね。
ええ、安全が第一ですから。リーさんもよく守ってください。
はい。
No, he didn't get
It's the
caught
one
up
where
in it.
Gojira comes over the building and crushes them all.
I was thinking it was the one where he gets caught inside some machinery and gets chopped up into little pieces. I told you, be careful. Wear a safety helmet. Okay, there's a few bits of grammar I want to just share with you. Let's turn off enhance. Kojo. Kojo. This is very handy. The kanji for construction or industry actually looks like an I-beam. I thought you'd like that, Kim. And then it's jo, which is the same jo as in dojo, place. So this means a factory, kojo, or it can also mean a building site, which is confusing if you want to go to a factory and somebody tells you how to get to the building site. Kojo. Oh yeah. Annai suru. Annai suru. Annai suru. Anybody know this one? Sure. Tom?
Guide.
To guide. Excellent. Annai Suru. Then sounds similar but different. Anzen means safety.
50?
Yep, good. In Japan, there's a kind of custom of writing signs or creating phrases made out of 4 kanji, just put together. There's one which is put outside of all building sites or all roadwork construction sites. Anybody know it? Apart from Tom? Chihuahua? Or Aga? Anzen Dai Ichi. This means safety first. And there are lots of these kind of 4-character phrases, like in fact, you know them from Iaido as well. Kan, kyu, kyo, jaku. Kan, kyu, kyo, jaku. What else is there? Yeah, there's lots of them anyway.
Furin Kazan.
Yeah, thanks you. Furin Kazan. It's not that one there. Furin. There is. No shit. Furin Kazan, which was the phrase by Takeda Shingen, which means to be as fast as a wind blowing through a forest and as something like a fire on the mountain. I don't remember what it exactly was. Yeah. Anyway, Anzen Daiichi. Yeah, I think that was all words that you don't know.
Maybe Mamoru.
Ah, Mamoru, thank you. Yeah, well done. Mamoru. So this comes from to mean defend, obey, protect, etc.
I also wrote down nareru.
Nareru.
To get used to.
Oh yeah, was that? I remember that was in there, wasn't it? Nareru.
I wrote it down because I didn't understand it on Sunday, so maybe.
Nareru. Yeah. To get you turn off Japanese. To get used to. Everybody got notes? Okay, let's go again. Maybe without music this time. Here we go.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。はい。工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。はい。
Okay, let's add a few more words. I just remembered. Just a second. So we've also got oh, come on. Kigaeru. Kigaeru. This is made from, this is a compound verb. Kiru, to wear. Kiru. That one. And kaeru, to change. So this means, what do you think?
Change your clothes?
Yeah, to change your clothes. Change clothes. Junbi. Junbi, ne? Junbi. Junbi daiji. This means junbi, preparation. Was there another word, Tom?
I think in the second part there are still some words.
What was that? Okay, let's see.
We had a big discussion about boom, portion, and minutes.
Ah, yeah.
Well, that's not yet. I think that's in
No.
when they walk.
Right. Okay. Let's go back. Was anybody still taking notes? Oh, can we just go back? Dozo. Alles gut? Alles gut. Findet it. Oh, another one. Let's go back and just listen to that section just again. Okay, here we go.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。はい。工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。はい。
Right. Okay, anybody got any problems with what we just did, that section there? Lots of problems?
Hi.
Okay,
I got 5% of it.
right,
If
okay.
that.
Yeah, I must say it's extremely complicated.
It's quite fast, isn't it? Let's,
Yes, yes.
yeah, okay, let's go through it slowly together. The visuals may not be so good this time now because I've turned off the optimization.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。
Oh, I don't understand what he's saying.
今日から
Yeah, from today,
このロッカ
this
ーこの
locker
を使ってください。
使って。
You'll use this locker.
Yeah, please use this locker.
あー
使ってください。
It's
使う
the only time that I understand what you mean by locker. Now I get it.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。Listen to it again.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。
Get it now? 今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。
はい。
はい。
はい。はい。ね。はい。
はい。
工場に入るときは
工場に入るときは工場 means factory に入るときは入るときは
You went to the factory?
When you go to the factory, yeah.
必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって
必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって
Always wear this helmet.
Yeah, good. Yeah, make sure you wear this helmet.
安全靴を履いてください。
安全靴. This is a compound of anzen and kutsu.
Safety shoes.
Exactly. 安全靴を履いてください. Let's hear that again.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。はい。工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。
わかりましたね。
じゃあすぐ着替えてください。
じゃあすぐ着替えてください。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。
First. First. This is sugu.
Sugu, so not so this isn't mazu, not first. Sugu
No.
means soon, quickly. Sugu. So, now. Sugu ni, quickly. This doesn't mean get changed quickly. It means without delay. Get changed quick. Get changed now. Sugu kigaete kudasai. So it's the same sugu as in masugu, to go straight. So sugu means kind of do it now, directly. Let's hear it again.
工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。
じゃあすぐ着替えてください。
When he says helmeto, I'm constantly can hear heavy metal.
I thought he was talking about some German guy, helmet.
And why heavy metal?
What was the verb let's enter now? Hayate?
Hairu toki.
Yes,
Oh.
that's to
Yeah, sorry, what did you say, Martin?
So what was he saying? Let's enter it now.
Let's have a look. Hang on.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください. From today, please use this locker.
はい。
はい。
Put on the helmet and the shoes. And then
Yeah.
what's the last thing he says after sugu?
着替えてください。
工場に
入るときは
必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。
wear these shoes.
わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。
じゃあすぐ着替えてください. Please get changed quickly. 着替えてください. Yeah, 着替えてください.
He talks very fast, I think.
Yeah,
so I don't understand all those sugu. The gu is swallowed or something.
Yeah. It is a bit fast, but not as fast as the Indian guy who lost his briefcase on the train. I have to say.
準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。
Yeah, this was fast as well. 準備ができたら when preparation is finished, when it's ready. 工場の中を案内します. 工場の中を
Inside of the factory.
One more time, Kim.
We go inside the factory.
Yeah, 工場の中を案内します. 案内します.
I guide you inside the factory.
Yeah, exactly. I'll guide you, give you a guided tour. 準備ができたら. Let me just stop there a second, guys. And share this with you. I suggest writing this down if you don't already know it. It's the word dekiru. Dekiru. This has two meanings, really. One is, what's the one that you guys all know?
To be able.
To be able to. Good. Yeah, exactly. But it also means to make ready. To make ready. So, for example, if you're if I'm actually going to write it in Japanese and then you guys can work it out. 今朝パンを作って1時間前に焼き始めました。今できました。Aga, I'd like you to translate this little story of mine. 今朝パンを作って1時間前に焼き始めました。今できました。
This morning,
Yeah. Pan jest chleb.
I used something.
Yeah, pan jest chleb.
Right. So I made bread.
Yep.
Before 1 hour.
Yeah, so 1 hour before.
Before it began
Something
to burn.
started, but yaku,
Yaku means to bake.
It's to bake?
Yeah, or fry or grill, depending on the appliance you're using.
Burn, according
or burn,
to
or burn, yeah, or burn, yeah, good, yeah, yeah, and cremate, I think, is also there as well.
So 1 hour before it started baking.
Yep,
Get
good.
bake.
Yep, good, yeah. And then ima dekimashita.
Now, it's ready.
It's ready, right? Exactly. Now it's ready. So dekimashita means it's finished. It's prepared. It's baked. It's done. It's ready to go. It's ready to eat. Ima dekimashita. So it has this other meaning in this case. Not now I was able to do something. Ima pan ga dekimashita. Now the bread has been made. Okay, I would suggest writing this little jibber jabber down if I was you.
What do you mean with the first sentence? This morning I made bread. So you prepared the deeg. I don't know how you say it in
the dough. The dough. Yeah.
1 hour before the baking. So you let it rest.
And no. Pan o tsukutte, I made bread, and 1 hour before I started baking. So 1 hour before now, I started baking. Now it's ready 1 hour later after I started.
It's been in
baking.
the oven for 1 hour.
Right, exactly. Yes, exactly this.
It's going to be cremated then.
Well, yeah, but I like my bread to be well done. Yeah.
So it stays well for 1 week.
Yeah, and you can use it.
Same cup.
You can use it as a weapon if you want to.
The word might be caramelized, well caramelized.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's what every chef says nowadays. It's well caramelized.
Yeah. I've created myelin reactions. Yeah. Okay. So I write this down, guys. This will be a good way of remembering it if you haven't already written it down. I think this actually means 1 hour ago I started baking. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Lucas. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to So he's just play this tiny bit again here.
わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。
準備ができたら Kim, what do you think? 準備ができたら
when your preparation is ready.
Good. Yeah, when it's finished. Yeah. 工場の中を案内します。Martin? 工場の中を案内します。Oh, you're muted.
I'll guide you through the factory.
Good. Exactly this. Yeah.
はい。
I always think it'd be funny at this point if he actually got inside the locker and closed the door after him, like a Borat sketch, but he doesn't.
あ、すみません。あれは何と読むんですか?
This is also a little bit fast, wasn't it? あ、すみません。あれは何と読むんですか?
I'm sorry, what does that sign read?
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Exactly this. I'm going to just quickly pull this apart, guys, because this is another bit of grammar, which we'll come back to a little bit in the future. But I just want to give you a preview of this. Nan to iimashita ka? What does this mean?
What is it called?
What did you say?
What did you say? Yes.
What
What did you say? Yeah. Nan to iimashita ka? Usually, this to here is used to mark the end of a speech, isn't it? For example, baka to iimashita. He said baka. He said baka. So we usually use this baka to mark the end of a quotation. But if what you're asking is what are the words that were said, then we just put nan in there to mean what, and then we put to after it. So nan to yomun. Let's just quickly do this. Nani o yomimasu ka? What does this mean? Joel?
What did you read?
Yeah. What will you read? Or what do you read?
Does it mean, what does it say? Or something like this? Oh.
Right. So, but this is only if you put it like this. Nanto yomun desu ka? How does it read? This mean? Yeah. Nanto yomun desu ka? Or how do you read this? How is it read? Which is different to nani o yomimasu ka. If you say nani o yomimasu ka, this means what do you read? What are you reading? Like, are you reading a book? Are you reading a newspaper? Are you reading an article? But nanto, if you've used to instead of or, this means what does it say? What does it read? What are the words that it says? Yeah. Is that okay, guys? Kim, you look sad.
Yeah, it goes so fast that I can't hear those small parts.
Ah, okay.
Like yomu is so yeah, according to the rest of the sentence, it's so small that I can't distinguish that they're talking about reading.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that in the act of digitizing the VHS tapes this comes from, they've somehow speeded it up slightly, actually, because some parts are much faster than I remember when I was watching these, especially when that Indian guy was in the station. I mean, I can't imagine anybody in my class would have understood what he was saying. So I think this might be going a little bit fast. Let's see if I can slow YouTube down a bit. I think there's a speed setting on it, isn't there?
75 or something.
Oh yeah, playback speed. Let's move it to 75. Let's see if it might make it sound really funny, but let's see. Now he's getting naked slowly. It's not a problem of its speed, it's the fact that it's not quite clearly spoken. Nanto yomun desu ka? Instead of nanto yomun desu ka? Yeah, that's the problem. I don't think it's the speed.
Tachi-iri kinshi desu.
Tachi-iri kinshi desu. Tachi-iri kinshi desu. Now, you don't know what this means, but he now explains what it means.
ここに入るなという意味です。
ここに入るなという意味ですよ。ここに入るなという意味ですよ。So, firstly, guys, what does ここに入るな mean? Lukash?
ここに is here.
Mm-hmm.
But 入る.
Yeah.
Hairuna, I don't know. It's an adjective probably.
No. Hairu means is a verb to mean to go inside. Hairimasu.
You went to hear.
Sorry, Martin, what was that?
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Kind of. So hairu means to go inside. What does hairuna mean?
Not to go inside.
Yeah, it means don't. It's a prohibition. Hairuna. We did this 3 weeks ago, just in case you're wondering. 2 weeks ago. Thanks, Tom. Yeah. Hairuna. Koku ni hairu na toyu imi desu yo.
Toyu?
Toyu.
They say.
Yeah, it says. It says, or it. Sorry.
You from read.
Yeah, to say. Yeah. So koku ni hairu na toyu. To say, don't enter here. Imi desu yo. Tom?
It's the meaning.
Yeah, imi means meaning. So it means do not enter here. It means don't enter. Don't enter. Tachiri kinshi. Tachiri kinshi. Let's listen to that again.
すみません。あれは何と読むんですか？
立ち入り禁止です。ここに入るなという意味ですよ。
工場の中には規則がたくさんありますね。
工場の中には、
という意味ですよ。
工場の中には
工場の中には
規則がたくさんありますね。
規則 means rules. 規則 means rules. 規則が sorry, Kim?
A lot.
Yes, good. Yeah, exactly.
There are a lot of rules inside the factory.
Excellent. Yes, precisely this. Good.
安全が第一ですから。
安全が第一ですから。
Yes, the safety is important.
Exactly. Yes. 安全 safety が第一 means important. ですから。Safety is number one. Safety first.
Because safety is important.
Yeah, exactly this. Good.
リーさんもよく守ってください。
リーさんもよく守ってください。赤
It's Risan the name?
Yes,
the name?
it is. Yeah, that's him.
It's him. Okay.
Yeah.
So please protect yourself.
So mamoru means also obey as well. It means obey.
Obey. Okay. So please obey the rules.
Yeah, exactly. Lee-san mo yoku mamotte kudasai. So please, please.
Often.
Yeah, often or well. Obey the rules properly. It kind of means, yeah.
Is it said like he's walking next to him and you say him with his name with some behind it?
You mean if you're right next to somebody?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't. So, for example, you never say anata. You always use the person's name. So you would just actually say their name. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if somebody says Kim-san, nani o shite masu ka? They're talking to you.
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Kim-san would. Orida.
In our language, you would say it only once in the beginning of a conversation. After that, you will never use the person's name anymore.
Sure. I mean, I guess, how can I say, this is kind of just making extra emphasis to say, you as well, Mr. Lee, you be careful when
like
we're
that.
inside as well. Yeah. It's just to give it, it's not, I mean, you could often drop the person's name. You wouldn't have to keep saying it, but it's saying it's you as well, as you're a trainee, you as well, please be careful.
Okay.
Yeah.
はい。
Okay, let's watch it one more time, guys, now that we know what's going on. Try to, don't get caught on anything. Don't think, oh, I don't understand that, and then try and understand it, because time will go past and you'll miss the rest of it. So just try and catch what you can.
今日からこのロッカーを使ってください。はい。工場に入るときは必ずこのヘルメットをかぶって安全靴を履いてください。わかりました。じゃあすぐ着替えてください。準備ができたら工場の中を案内します。はい。
あ、すみません。あれは何と読むんですか？
立ち入り禁止です。ここに入るなという意味ですよ。
工場の中には規則がたくさんありますね。
ええ、安全が第一ですから。リーさんもよく守ってください。
はい。
Make it stop. Okay. All right. どうでしたか、皆さん。どうでしたか？
80%.
80%. Good. That's a massive improvement. Okay, good, good, good. Martin, you're not looking quite so optimistic. Martin, can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. I said you're not looking quite so optimistic.
My internet connection keeps breaking up.
Okay, okay. All right. Any questions, guys, before we finish? 質問ありますか？問題ありませんか？ Okay, cool. Thanks for your time. お疲れ様でした。またね。ありがとうございました。気をつけて。
までした。
ありがとうって言えば。じゃあね。
またね。